Welcome back to another video. So in this one, I'm going to go over a play that I think is going to pay off huge in the long run. There's also a short-term benefit to it, and I also think in the long run, there's a long-term benefit to it as well. First though, I'm going to recap what I did last week so you guys can get up to date on my account, and then I will dive into the play. So basically, what I did was I sold out of all my margin. I no longer have any margin on my account, and then I pulled 8 grand out of my account into cash. I'm not working right now, so I had to use some of that money to get caught up. Christmas is coming, yada yada yada. Um, and this will buy me a couple of months of being able to continue to do this, and then we'll see what happens. So basically, um, in September, my account was at 48,000. By the end of the month, it was at 38,000. I remember that day I was like, man, I should have pulled out some of the money or sold off some of my stocks when it was at all-time highs, and I didn't do it. So when I got back to 48,000, I was like, this stings, this sucks, but I got to do it. I have so much margin. If my account was at 48,000, I think I was borrowing 38,000 in margin. So my total value was like $70,000 of equities. 48 of it was mine, but I was borrowing a ton from Robinhood. So, in it at 5% interest, plus the fact that there's a downturn, I got to sell off some stocks to cover my margin. So, I wanted it I had to get rid of that margin. It stung, but I did it, and I'm glad I did it because now everything in this portfolio is 100% profit. Plus, I got $1,000 out of this, and everything in there is mine now. So that 39,000, I don't. None of it is Robinhood's. I don't have to answer for any margin that I'd be using. So basically, that's what I did last week. So now the opportunity or the play that I'm going to be making a bet on, is a mortgage company. It's not Rocket Mortgage. What it is it's kind of a complicated thing if you haven't been following along with this certain deal, and I will explain the whole deal. But the ticker symbol is GHIV. Um, so basically, Gore's Holding is going to be acquiring United Wholesale Mortgage. I made a couple slides to kind of explain everything. So what Gore's Holding is it's a SPAC company, a special purpose acquisition company. And so United Wholesale Mortgage, instead of filing an IPO and going public, basically they're gonna do it a back way route called a reverse merger. So basically, instead of going with a bank through an IPO, selling shares to a bank, and then the bank sells the shares to the public. What they're gonna do, what they're doing through this deal, is that Gore's Holding, um, is a publicly traded blank check company. Right now, we can buy shares of this company, and what they do is they take that money and they go and acquire a company or a part of a company, and then after that deal is done, they just switch the ticker symbol name to whatever the new company is. So it's a way that companies can go public without doing an IPO. So basically, in this deal, um, there's going to be 103 million shares out there. The founders will have 10.6 million. Private placement investors will have 50 million, and then the public will we will be able to purchase 42.5 million shares. So I already explained the blank check company and all that, but basically the main thing is that right now you're buying GHIV, but the ticker symbol will change to UWMC once the deal is finished. Now, the reason why I love this deal and I think this is going to be huge is because United Wholesale Mortgage is a great company. Um, and their growth. Look at these numbers. Okay, so their net income quarter 3 2019 was 197 million, right? Quarter 3 2020, 1 point almost 1.5 billion dollars. That is ridiculous growth. And I know that interest rates are extremely low right now, and that growth rate will not be continuing to happen at that pace. However, looking at United Wholesale Mortgage, their company structure, the technology that they use, the way that they can do these loans is so much better than even Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage is a great mortgage company too, but United Wholesale does it cheaper and they do it better with less cost to them. I think this is going to be a huge, awesome opportunity. United Wholesale Mortgage is the biggest lender. This is the biggest SPAC deal that's ever gone down before. And not to mention, it's going to be coming out with right when it goes public. It's promised to have a 40-cent dividend right off the bat. I mean, this is going to be an awesome opportunity, I personally think. So the way United Wholesale Mortgage works is, the mortgage advisor gets the customer, goes to underwriting, then they fund the loan, but then United Wholesale Mortgage doesn't have that loan on their balance sheet, if that makes sense. They don't hold on to that risk. What they do is they bundle them together and then they sell them to other investors, like the Federal Reserve's buying up these things like crazy, but other banks, kind of like, I don't know if you've seen like The Big Short or stuff like that. It's kind of like that, but not as risky. But basically, that's what they're doing is they're funding mortgages, but then they package them together and they sell them to investors. So I think this is such a huge opportunity. I think this is a great stock to get into. So, and the deal goes down, I believe it's January 12th or January 20th is when it gets finalized and it flipped. The GHIV becomes the ticker symbol changes. So I think when the deal is finalized, there's a short-term opportunity to buy in now, and then when the deal gets finalized, maybe sell it on the news. But then in long term, I think that it's going to be great because this company is growing a lot faster. It's a lot cheaper to get a mortgage through a private lender or rather than from a bank. The interest rates are a little better, and I think this model, the technology that they have in doing this, the amount of data that they collect, the way that you can get a mortgage through online and stuff like kind of like Rocket Mortgage, but it's like Rocket Mortgage except they have a way bigger team. They're more profitable, and they do it better than Rocket Mortgage. I hold Rocket Mortgage shares, and I'm still going to hold them, but I think that I think this opportunity is huge, especially right now before the SPAC deal gets finalized. So I got $5,000 of this stock. I got about 500 shares, and I think this is a great one. So anything under $11, I say is a buy, and I might even get more of this. So this is my big bet. I think this is a great opportunity. I wanted to share this one with you guys, give you an update on what I did last week with my portfolio, and I will see you guys next time. So have a good one. Thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for Happy Friday.